You're driving home late at night. You just had a few drinks with some friends of yours, and then you see the inevitable. You see flashing red lights behind you. Now you're being pulled over. What do you do in this situation? What do you say? A lot of things can happen. A lot of things will be going through your head. And now let's walk through exactly what you should do if you get stopped by police. First thing you want to do is you want to stay calm. Keep your hands on your steering wheel. Don't make any sudden movements to try and grab your registration, reach for your license. Don't do anything like that. Just make sure you're calm and collected, just as you would wish the police officer would do the same and have the same courtesy for you. First thing police are going to do is at some point in time after they ask for your license and registration, they're going to ask you some questions. Have you had something to drink tonight? Did you drink anything? Have you been drinking at all? And the next thought is, what am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to answer that question if I know the truth is that I just had one or two drinks with a friend at dinner? Please understand that police are asking you these questions not because they care about what happens in your night. They're doing it because they're trying to elicit information, specifically incriminating information to try and arrest you and throw you in jail for a DUI. Please understand, when police ask you, how much did you have to drink tonight? You do not have to answer that question. You are not required to do that. You are only required to identify yourself, provide your license when asked, as well as your insurance. Those are the only things you are required to do. You do not have to answer their question about whether or not you've been drinking that night. Now, one of the reasons why you don't want to have to try and explain yourself or tell the officer that you had maybe one or two drinks is because, again, they don't care. It does not help your case. And in fact, it gives them what is known as probable cause to continue this traffic stop into a DUI investigation. The moment you tell them I've had one drink or I've had two drinks, they already smell it on your breath. That's why they're asking that question. But the moment you tell them that, that's when this is going to become a more serious situation. And instead of getting a simple traffic ticket like speeding, you're possibly going to go to jail for drinking and driving. Now, at some point in time, police are going to want to start an investigation involving a potential DUI. One thing they'll do is they'll ask you if you want to provide any kind of field sobriety tests. Now, these are typically state certified tests that are done throughout the state of California and also throughout the entire United States. They're little tests that can assist the officer in determining whether or not you've been driving under the influence or not. Field sobriety tests are not mandatory. You do not have to do them. When officers ask you, would you like to perform a series of a few tests, you can always say, no, I elect not to do those tests. They are voluntary tests. They don't often tell you that they are voluntary tests, but they are voluntary and you do not have to do them. The reason you don't want to do these tests is because these tests are only reasons for the officer to arrest you. They are not tests that you can study for. They are not tests where you're given a grading scale or a rubric to tell you, how can I potentially pass this test? What do I need to do to have success? You're given a very short amount of information on a list that the officer reads to you and told to begin. No practice, no preparation. These officers are trained and certified in these tests. I am as well. We do not do these tests on the spot as they do when they pull people over on the side of the road. Instead, there's training, there's practice. You do it multiple times until you complete the test correctly. But when you're pulled over on the side of the road, you're not given that opportunity. You're basically being told you're doing a pop quiz with no information, with no idea of what's good or what's bad in this testing, and trying to pass right on the spot. Typically, this is being done in the middle of the night. It's late, you're on the side of the road, and now you're being graded on something where you don't even know whether you pass or fail or if it's a grade or what you get out of it. You do not have to perform these tests, and they only ask you to perform them in order to bolster their reason for you to go to jail for a DUI. In addition to these field sobriety tests, there's also what's known as a pass test or a breath test that you can do on the side of the road.